What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Burnout Brighter. My name is Matt, and today we're going to be taking a look at Grime as part of the Indie Houses event. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the event, today is the last day it's going. It's a collection of developers and publishers coming together to spotlight a bunch of amazing indie titles. There are so many demos for you to check out, so make sure you hop over to Steam, take a look. There's so much for you to try, and make sure you wishlist the stuff that you like. It helps the developers a lot. Back to Grime. Grime, coming from developer Cloverbyte and published by Akupara Games, it is a Metroidvania mixed with a lot of what makes Dark Souls interesting and awesome. If you think of games like Hollow Knight, if you think like something like Salt and Sanctuary, you'll be well in the ballpark of where Grime lives. It's hard, it's fast, it's atmospheric, and it does so many things so interestingly. You play as a character that has like a black hole for a head mixed with a stone body. As you start the game, the only thing that you can do is absorb. And this is one of the core mechanics of Grime. As you come across enemies, you'll be able to choose to absorb or attack them. When you absorb them, you actually see like a little running counter on the bottom of the screen. If you absorb enough of a single type of enemy, you may be able to buy an upgrade that gives you something akin to one of their powers. Now, you can also kill them. That's totally fine here. You actually get a bunch of different cool weapons in Grime that'll, some heavy weapons, some faster weapons that'll augment the way that you play. When you die in Grime, very similarly to Dark Souls, you walk back to the nearest checkpoint and you continue on. Enemies will respawn and it's up to you to get back to your body. Now, where it fundamentally differs from something like Dark Souls is when you die, you don't lose all of the currency that you've built up until that point. I actually really like this and prefer this method to the way that Dark Souls handles it. You're able to continue to progress, and even if you die, you're able to spend your money on upgrades to make your character better. Now, there are benefits to getting back to your body from where you previously died. If you get there and you're able to attack the body, you get back not currency, but what you get is your modifier. In the top left corner of the screen, there is a modifier that as you absorb or kill enemies, it'll go up. The higher it goes up, the more currency you'll get from killing enemies. If you get back to your body, you'll gain half of the modifier that you had at the time of death. The weapon system is pretty cool. You have to make sure you upgrade in the correct ways to use some of these weapons. There are some heavy weapons, some weapons that are quite quick and quite fun to use. And it's all about how you upgrade. It's really easy to actually re-roll your character, so if you do come across a weapon that you do like but you can't use just yet, you can hop over, re-roll some of your stats, and be able to continue on the game with the weapon of your choice. Armor sets are purely cosmetic, so there isn't really anything much there besides trying to look cool. The atmosphere in Grime is something that immediately stands out. It's dark, it's dour, it feels heavy. The creature and monster design is kind of gross by design, and it really works in creating this kind of oppressive environment as you work your way through these Metroidvania-esque winding areas. The game doesn't tell you too much of what's going on. It's kind of up to you to figure out what to do next. You'll journey around these areas. You'll either walk into a wall where you can progress no further, or you get back to an area where you can continue on. There are beacons that you'll come across that when you use them, you'll actually be able to see the areas that you've been to so far on your map. Each new area that you go into, you'll have to find the beacon before you're able to see the map and where you've been so far. Boss design so far has been really interesting. They're tough, but they are fair, which I think is a very fine line to walk. Every time I died in a boss encounter, I knew it was my fault, and it was a mistake that I made, and going back into the encounter, well, made me more prepared for the next time I went in. So far, the checkpoint system has been really great. There isn't a massive runtime if you die to the point where you come back. As long as you hit those checkpoints properly, it's pretty forgiving in that respect, which I quite enjoy because I have no problem with difficulty with the enemies or with bosses. It's kind of that massive run through again that I don't really like in something like Dark Souls, but I much prefer Grime's system in that respect. The platforming feels great, jumping feels good, and the dash that you have lets you either get through enemies or to new areas. The levels have been super interesting looking so far. Graphically, it looks and runs really well. I'm really excited to continue my time with Grime because so far it has me hooked. Combat feels great. The level design is really interesting. The enemies are fun to try and figure out. Do I absorb? Do I kill? How do I handle this situation as you make your way through? It's really well put together. If you like Metroidvanias, if you like dark, oppressive feelings like something like Dark Souls conveys so well, Grime will be right up your alley, so make sure you go check it out. Thank you to the team over at the Indie Houses for providing us with codes for review. Make sure you go check out the demos that are still available. There are so many awesome looking games, and wishlist the ones that you like. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace out.